Fitt4Life is a personal training studio that aims to help individuals achieve their fitness goals. Their latest mission is to provide assistance and give back to the residents of the Bronx. With me today are the founders and owners, John Ievoli and Chris Rodriguez, to discuss the challenges of running a fitness-focused business. Thank you both so much for joining me.
Of course, thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Now, can you talk about your journey with Fitt4Life and what inspired the creation of it?
All right, so let's take it back. Me and John came up and we worked together in the corporate aspect, and we seen the ins and outs of the corporate aspect, and we just wanted to take our talents and go independent. And then we was looking for spaces, didn't really find nothing. And then something just landed on our lap, and we took it and we ran with it.
And can you talk about your experience?
I think one of the biggest things, because we both come from the corporate aspect of it, and a lot of the corporate gyms, they cater to one thing, it's just gym membership. So like personal training, classes, anything like that is just an added bonus for them. And what we found was we kind of operated as our own group inside of that. But because we weren't the priority, the people who really needed the personal training used to get thrown to the wayside because they needed to cater to their goal, which was the membership sales. And so it's kind of that transpiring over time is what really pushed us. And then like Chris said, it really just fell into our lap one day.
Now, how has your experience been owning a small business in the Bronx?
I would say, I don't even think it matters that it was in the Bronx or not. I think it's just one of those things that you can read all the books or listen to all of these podcasts and it still doesn't matter. Every day is different. And for us, and like Chris kind of expanded on it too, is being trainers that we were so invested, you kind of have to almost learn to take a step back and become an owner. And it's a whole job of things that you had no idea about.
That's really interesting that you say that, because I think a lot of people, when they love something, they find a way to incorporate that into like their work or their job. What was some of the challenges of doing something like that, and not just thinking as somebody who loves the gym, but somebody who's now an owner of a business?
I think one of the constant daily challenges with that is marketing yourself. I think because we're not in the corporate aspect and like we're independent, like we have to go out there every day and market ourselves, help market trainers, other trainers who work there. It's not like we get the constant traffic. Like people come into corporate gyms to go see the gym, like it's known already. So you pass by Fitt4Life or look in, probably walk by. I don't really know much of Fitt4Life until they come in and give us a chance. We give them a tour and stuff like that.
And I would say for me, it's about being able to give them up to the other trainers because we're so used to being so hands-on, and I can't say no to anybody. So I'll try to train as many people all day, all night, as long as I can. But, we're trying to make Fitt4Life grow and help more people. I can't do it all. Chris can't do it all.
Right.
So just getting comfortable with passing off and just, we coordinate with all the programs that get ran through the studio. But just being able to be hands-off, I think, was the biggest challenge.
Now, something that you said I thought was really interesting is that sometimes, with other gyms, like they're a little bit more known, or like, you walk by them and they have like this really huge sign. So it lets people know, what's going on. If it's, a chain gym, I should say, actually, how has it been kind of, I don't want to say maybe competing, but also just like kind of being in the same space as some of these other gyms that have honestly kind of located all throughout the Bronx?
Want me to take this one?
Yeah, go ahead, do your thing.
I would say for us, it was easier than we thought. I think for us, because we've been in the fitness industry so long, it's a little bit more challenging for the trainers. Okay. But one of the biggest things we always tell everybody is you don't have to sell Fitt4Life. Everything that's wrong with the corporate gyms, we've experienced it. So we make sure that it doesn't happen in Fitt4Life. So I like to think we have affordable pricing. We keep the place extremely clean. Nobody hurt, there's none of that gym intimidation, anything like that goes on. So it's almost a no-brainer once people come in. So I think for that, it's almost easier competing with the corporate gyms. It actually helps us because that the people in the area to some way or shape do want to work out. So we just have to get them into our door. And then I think the Fitt4Life itself does the rest.
Now, what kind of services do you offer? I know for a lot of people who aren't in that world, when they hear gym, they just automatically think like, okay, a treadmill and, maybe lifting some weights. But what are some of the services or programs you offer at the gym?
Well, we do offer one-on-one trainings. Basically, they come in, you got an hour session with your trainer, At first, we also before one-on-one training, say if there's somebody new coming in the door, we offer a complimentary fitness orientation where they come in, we'll give them a tour of the facility, and we'll go over their eating habits, their daily habits, things that we can incorporate to get them on track. And then we get into detail about scheduling and packages and stuff like that, see what best fits them and their schedule. And then we also do semi-private sessions, which means more than one person, and it's more affordable for some people who also pushes people, because people like to compete with each other sometimes. It pushes them, like, if you come to the gym, you come with your homegirl. All right, I'm gonna beat her in this, or you know what I'm saying? And it just gives them that edge to push harder with another friend. Also, John offers cupping services.
Yeah, so we kind of become your one-stop shop. So like, besides like sort of cupping, right? So that's considered, like they say, it's a massage from the inside out instead of the outside in. So it's a less invasive way to bring the benefits of massage, whether that's tight muscles. It helps with like lymphatic drainage. So people with lymphedema, things like that. It helps kind of get rid of the fluid. Anyone fresh off of a surgery, it helps break up scar tissue. A lot less painful than your traditional, after bending the area and stretching out the joint. We kind of become your one-stop shop for fitness. So we have meal prep. We do, like Chris said, the one-on-one. We do the semi-privates. We have the cupping. We have all the massage guns, the foam rollers. So we, from the kind of the start of your process all the way through to the recovery, we offer it, and it's always completely private. I mean, for like our 5 a.m. clients, we have morning coffee.
Wow.
Like, it's become so, because we're such a community and tight knit, that it's so much more personal. So if you need a towel, you need a coffee, or you need meal prep, like we have it all. You don't have to go outside, and that was our goal.
Well, something I want to touch on is like how it's amazing. Like, I'm already being educated. I never knew what cupping was prior to this right now. So can you talk about how you also educate, some of the people that go to your gym on like new things that they probably didn't know about? Like, for example, you said how it could be like, there's so many benefits to the body, when you do cupping. So can you just talk about that and like, the importance of educating people on other ways that they can, heal their body?
So I would say the way we kind of express that is usually, so we know everything about our clients, from the things you probably wish you didn't know to all, your more normal stuff. So usually when they're coming in with the injuries or coming out of post-physical therapy or recovery, we know about it ahead of time. So just through because it's very personal. So through all of those conversations, you kind of hear about the problems. And then that's where we come in, is where we diagnose and kind of ask questions to get to the root of it. And then we always tell people, like, it can't hurt. It can only help. So give it a shot. And then, because we're such a community, we see the same faces. So if one person does it, you see the marks. So then everybody's asking about the marks. And then they start talking about the benefits. And then it kind of spreads. And then everybody wants cupping now. They look for any reason. They slept the wrong way, or I need cupping. So it kind of just spreads through the gym. But it just comes through conversation. And I think we build that trust where they kind of believe they take our word for it in the beginning, and then we kind of prove it to them as we go.
Now, another thing that your organization is doing is giving back to the community. And I really want to touch on, how you give back. So can you talk about some of the events that you have coming up, especially in regard to the holiday season, where you're giving back to the community?
Yeah, sure.
So this is, we're in the month of Thanksgiving. So we're actually doing a food drive. We have a couple clients who own small businesses, so they help us out. Like, we have 2 chefs coming. We have a guy from the 99-cent store that's helped donation socks, hats, and then all our clients help donate food, either food, hats, or donate money so we can buy more supplies. Then we all gather together on Thanksgiving morning, and we go to a set location, and then we go hand out hot food, socks, and like little care packages and stuff like that.
And how can people get involved if they want to join on that effort?
Yeah, so you can direct message us on Instagram, give us a call, email, or just pop on in. We collect literally every donations up until the morning of Thanksgiving. This is our 3rd year. Over the last 2 years, we've fed over 150 people.
And every year it just keeps getting bigger.
Yeah. So this year we have a lot more sponsors, a lot of meal prep companies giving us meals on top of everything else. So we take everything, and there's nothing that we won't use.
Yeah.
We always try to even I help people fry bread and cold cuts.
Anything
we
else,
make sandwiches, we put them in Ziploc bags and we pass them out. So there's not anything that you can give, whether even clothes. Everyone starts to kind of clean through their closets as they switch their closets over. And we put out the clothes with our tables as well.
Now, why is this something, you said that this is the 3rd time now. So, what makes you do it every year, and why was it important for you to give back to the community?
I think community's just been one of the biggest things that we push in our facility. Like, we don't just want it to be our clients come and just pay for their sessions. We want it to be like more of a family based and more family oriented, which everybody loves, and I think that's why everybody keeps continuing to coming back and spreading the word. And I think with that, that's helped us get bigger as well.
I would say too, if you want to help people, you can't only help when it's convenient because they can pay you. It's like if you're trying to really live by that we want to help people, you got to do it even when it's not always convenient for you. And I think too, for me, so one of our trainers, Julian, we have to give him credit.
Yeah.
He did this prior to us even forming Fitt4Life. And we always wanted to help. So we were like, you know what, let's do it here. And he's a big part in it. We got to give him credit for that. But also I think for me, it was my first time 3 years ago. And it brings a whole nother light to, you hear about it, you see it on TV, but when you're there and you meet people who genuinely appreciate it, because we do it literally the morning of Thanksgiving. So like 3 hours later, usually it's chilly out. So like you're in your warm house with your family, it kind of brings a whole nother level of appreciation to what you have. So I think it's just one of those things, you got to live by what you speak. So if you talk about you want to help people, you can't just do it when they pay you. You got to do it no matter what.
And I think that's I think that's a motto that like more organizations should have. So I'm glad that you shared that. Do you have any other similar events planned for the future?
Yeah. So like Halloween just passed. We do a free Halloween boot camp. We all dress up crazy. It's a good time. We do Mother's Day boot camps. We do a toy drive every year. So the toy drive was coming up. We'll start collecting toys literally right after Thanksgiving. And we go, through the whole month with that. Like I said, the Mother's Day boot camps. And then honestly, as holidays roll around, we just start popping up more and more things. They're always on our social media. We post them to Google and they're free. They're a good way for people to just come in and enjoy it. And still, it's crazy. 3 years later, people still don't know about us.
Yeah.
So it's a great way to build trust. As I understand like personal training is an investment for people.
Now, can you just tell us a little bit more? I know for a lot of people, going to the gym can be intimidating. It seems like you have a really great community. What would you do to encourage people who are maybe a little bit nervous about joining something like a personal gym? Because I feel like with a larger gym, you could just kind of hide in the background. So what would you say to get people to be more encouraged to join?
I would say, yeah, like that would be the exact reason to join. So you don't hide in the background because you can never get time back. So I always tell people, even if it's not us, like get a trainer, and you really need the guidance. Mm-hmm. And it's one of those things you don't want to waste your time and look back. Like I wasted a year paying all this money, all these gym fees, and I got nowhere.
I think most people's problem is they said, I'm going to get up and go today, and then they just keep delaying it. I think most people's issues, they put their physical fitness at the end of the back burner for everything. Instead, just take charge, get up. Or even like try to find a partner and a friend so y'all can hold each other accountable. But sometimes, people's schedules don't run the same. So your goals can't wait on nobody else. So sometimes you just gotta get up and go.
Now, what do you hope to see for the future of fitness in the Bronx?
I would say, I think people need to, it's not as complicated as everybody wants you to think. It's because everybody's usually trying to sell you something, right? Whether it's a tummy tea or this program. For us, I always tell people that your goals change. That's why we stay relevant. We don't want to talk about weight loss 6 months from now. We want to talk about you're squatting 135 pounds or we have a lot of people that run marathons. Mm-hmm. Your goals should change. So we don't have to sell you this perception. So I think my goal would be like, just get started. Ignore 98% of the things you're going to hear on social media and read and, on the news media. Just come in and get started. And you'll start to see more and more that once you get started, it gets easier. It's not as complicated as people want you to think.
I think it gets also easier when people consider it as more as a lifestyle instead of just going for like a quick fix. Like, oh, my birthday's coming. I'm going to lose this and look good, amazing in my dress or whatever. Or this vacation's coming. I want to look good. Right. That's good and all that to get you started. But also you want to make it a lifestyle and keep going. Because once you go for your birthday. After your birthday, you gain the weight back or all the progress that you gained, lost, So if people look at it as a lifestyle and continue that way, I think more people will succeed.
Well, I want to thank you both so much for, joining us and sharing a little bit of what your community does and how you're giving back. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you would like to support Fitt4Life Thanksgiving food and clothes drive, you can drop off donations at their gym from now until November 23rd. They are located at 2861 Bruckner Boulevard in the Bronx. Please contact them on social media at Fitt4Life NY for any other questions. We've come to the end of our show today. I'd like to thank all of our guests for joining us and you, the viewers, for tuning in. If you miss any part of today's show, you can catch the Recable cast at 5 and 10 p.m. on Optimum Channel 67 and Verizon Fios Channel 33, or watch anytime on the web at bronxnet.org. You can catch a brand new episode of Open with Darren Jaime on Wednesday and with Rena Valentine on Friday. I'm Kibin Alleyne, and on behalf of our BronxNet family, we extend our warmest wishes to you and your family for the upcoming Thanksgiving holiday. See you next time.